students who have completed at least 30 hours in residence at UT Arlington, have earned a cumulative grade point of 4.0, and have enrolled as full-time students each fall and spring semester. Only 120 undergraduate students met these criteria this year, which places them in the top half of 1% of the undergraduate population. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to present 2011 All-A Honor Roll to UT Arlington. Rino Manfroni.
Go Rino!
Michelle Martinez. Catherine Long. Lauren Neufeld. Emily. Caitlin Sackett. Vanessa Romero.
He was stuck with me. I was going to be pounds. I'm happy.
Anna Reyes. Deepak Silwa. Nav Tran. Nathan Turner. Gabriela Perez.
And home foreclosure rates are rather tenacious themes in our headline news. At the state level, a severe budget deficit threatens to compel our legislators to implement rather serious cuts to many valued state programs and initiatives, not the least of which, of course, is education. And yes, unfortunately, higher education. I'm reassured. Your talents, your hard work, your ability, they situate you well to address head-on the difficulties that plague us. I know that's precisely why you're here and why you're working so hard. In the course of working hard, you will not only tackle these problems, but you will assure your own future in terms of standard of living, quality of life, and challenging, interesting, and rewarding work. I'd like to talk about that for a moment first. Your high levels of achievement will ensure that you're able to ride out these difficult economic times. I know there's a lot of disturbing talk today about low rates of job creation, about a new economy that may not afford opportunities for all. It's important for you to know that data on unemployment are quite clear. Possession of a college degree significantly reduces the threat of unemployment. College graduates are several times more likely to be employed than those who have only a high school diploma. Our economy is polarizing. Jobs are being created at the top, high-skilled, high-wage jobs, and at the bottom, low-skilled, low-wage jobs. Your achievement is preparing you for those top jobs, and someday you will be in demand to staff them. Those jobs are, of course, the interesting ones. That's why job satisfaction rates are so much higher for college graduates than non-college graduates. And by the way, being happy is a very good predictor of overall happiness and things like how long you will live. Research also shows, of course, that academic achievement is directly related to how much you will earn. To put it another way, education pays off. Bureau of Labor Statistics data show, for example, that the median weekly earnings of college graduates are about 63% higher than the earnings of those with only a high school diploma. Other estimates suggest that over the course of your career, you will earn more than $1 million more because of the value of your degree. Perhaps most relevant to you high achievers is that academic excellence pays off in terms of earnings. Your GPA has a greater impact than the school you attend, your major, or even your SAT score on your future earnings. Research by the economist Jonathan Gemus shows that an additional grade point, let's say the difference between a 2.75 and a 3.75, means you'll earn something on the order of 10% more annually, and over a lifetime, that really adds up. The social scientist Charles or put it this way, your educational accomplishments will enable you to spin knowledge into gold. If you have any doubt that this investment that you're making in excellence pays off, take a look at the most recent version of a report that is issued annually by the College Board. It's called Education Pays, appropriately so, and you can find it easily online. It describes in great detail the many ways that your achievement will serve you well immediately after graduation and, of course, over your career and your lifetime. As a group, you high achievers are well situated, and your hard work is going to bring you the personal rewards that you so deserve. Don't let these uncertain times cause you to doubt that for a moment or cause you to falter in pursuit of your oh-so-important goals. And don't think for a minute that anyone here thinks that the honors you're piling up come easy to you. While you are no doubt brilliant and capable, many of you have excelled in the face of real hardship, and you sacrificed a great deal to be here today. You sacrificed leisure time, fun, time with friends and family, present income, and I suspect some of you have built up a mound of debt in the course of pursuing your academic goals. You should know that even when you factor in that debt repayment, by the way, that the value of your degree is still high in terms of impact on future earnings. What you have done is make a wise and calculated decision to invest in your future and in all our futures. Which brings me directly to the second point about how your academic excellence will enable you to make a difference in the world around you and to address these challenges of our rather trying times. Even as busy students, you are contributing to society and you're serving the needs of others. You use what you are learning to lead our student organizations. You engage in a wide range of service learning activities. You've raised funds to help those in need. You've built homes for disaster victims. You've taught English to immigrant children. You'll soon be growing vegetables in our community garden plots to help feed the hungry. Your efforts are the reason we have, for multiple years, been on the President's Higher Education Community Service Honor Roll. That you find time for these important activities while you're so busy pursuing your academic goals portends well for the contributions you will make upon graduation. I know from personal interaction with some of you, and from stories I hear from my colleagues about others of you, that your goals are far more than personal or self-interested goals. Some of you plan to run for public office and plan to help shape our public policy. Others will work on discoveries and innovations aimed at solving pressing environmental, energy, or health problems. Still others will attend to the educational needs of future generations, or perhaps the caretaking needs of our aging population. Some of you will design and plan the cities of the future. You will ensure that they're sustainable and that they provide the quality of life that we all desire. Others will enrich our lives with the creative works that you produce. Your excellence will distinguish you in these roles, and it's already launched you along a trajectory of success and accomplishment. You're going to lead us into a bright future. In fact, you're leading now by the example you set for others. The excellence you embody is all too rare. Serving as a role model is a very important contribution. You are the best of the best in the pipeline, and it's an honor for me to be here today to speak to you and to offer you words of congratulation and encouragement. Actually, it's a little intimidating to be here to speak to an auditorium full of high achievers like you. I'm embarrassed to admit that I actually had one of those anxiety dreams last evening. Mine took the form of forgetting my robe, my academic regalia, and arriving on campus for this event only to have to run around to see if I could find one to borrow. And of course, you know how those dreams go. They were all way too big or too small. Surely even competent, capable students like you can relate to being a little bit anxious about upcoming tasks, projects, or challenges. Maybe you had those dreams. You know the ones I'm talking about. You show up on test day and you worked so hard and you know you're prepared for that all-important exam, only to realize that you forgot something you forgot to dress. And then you totally stress out, of course, trying to figure out whether you missed that exam or you go for it in the bus. And I suspect I know which choice students like you would make. Seriously, as a faculty member here at UT Arlington, I can tell you that the greatest reward for me and my colleagues is to play a role in preparing you for what lies ahead. Don't laugh, but I have this vision of sitting in my rocking chair on my front porch someday, way down the road, of course, reading the paper, or I guess reading the online news on my computer, or perhaps listening to stories on the radio or podcasts about the very important contributions you're making in the world around us. I won't be surprised. There's much more hard work ahead of you, but today is a day to celebrate. Of course, if you happen to have an exam tomorrow or an important paper due, you may have to cut the celebrating a little bit short, but I know that talking to a group of students like you, I don't have to share that information. You manage your time well and you have the right priorities. You're a cohort of achievers. You are true mavericks. You are the intellectual capital that will solve the problems of the future. I know it's a lot of pressure. I know you're up to the task. You make me very confident about the future, and I can't wait to see your power unleashed. Thank you.